Come on.
Hey friends, it's been a minute, friends. It's been a minute. That's bad. Sorry, I am in a rental again. Still the same problem with the Ford Mach-E. Really want to love the car. Just can't. My opinion is Ford rushed it. They tried to hit the EV market too fast. It just was not ready. They kind of released it. I think 2021 is the first year, right? So 2020, COVID era, subpar parts. It's just not. Like my issue, I have a 2021 first edition, standard range, all-wheel drive. Right now, my issue is the camera, which they caused doing a repair, a recall, sorry, not a repair, because a repair would be my fault. Damaged wiring that goes to my pre-collision camera, correcting a recall on the glue for the windshield. I've been dealing with that since November of 2022. 2022. So had to use the tears because I was very frustrated, and took my car to the dealer because it's, to me, no longer like safe to drive, because that error is coming on every 3 seconds and my anxiety is through the roof. Also, if anything fucking happens, let's say, knock on wood, your God forbid, something happens, they might have a case that, oh, she knew it wasn't good, and da-da-da-da. I told the dealer, look, I'm telling y'all there's a problem with it. I didn't have to put up much of a fight because I think they know that they could be liable. They gave me this loaner. I got a Mazda. I haven't driven a Mazda since 2005 when I had an RX-8. I'm in this little cute Mazda, but as far as it's concerned, I'm about saving my peace. If it took y'all over a year to get the parts, well, enjoy my car sitting in a lot for a year. I don't got to worry about engine degradation or nothing, because it ain't got no engine. Engines got to be ran. They got a lot of fluids and stuff. I ain't got no engines. That bitch could sit there for a whole year. I'll continue to make my payments and pay my insurance and my registration, and I'll drive your car for a whole year. That's where I am at this point. But good news, y'all. A few videos ago, I told you I'm doing a big one. I'm making a change in my career, and it came through. Details to come. It came through. Erin says, moving on up to the north side. Ooh. And they say your biggest haters come from your family, and despite my slight speech impediments and the way I pronunciate words, these people saw beyond that, because pronunciation, check out my shorts, pronunciation and the way people say things is riddled in elitism and damn near white supremacy, might I say. But as long as you understand the word I'm saying, if I pronounce it water and you're from somewhere and they pronounce it water, and if you understand, if I say, please, may I have a glass of water, and you hand me a glass of water, the communication line has been established, and it will suffice. Okay? I don't know why people here in America, especially here, try to correct other people on their pronunciation and diction, because we don't speak the Queen's English. We don't. We're not here speaking the Queen's English. We have our own thing, and like, what is the Baltimore with the blue tea? Yes, yeah. That's how they say it. So if me on the East Coast by way of Brooklyn say forget about it, and water and bacon, egg, and cheese, Bacon, egg, and cheese is one word. Bacon, egg, and cheese. You know what I mean? What's the big deal? Why does it bother you? But it does. But you know, me, despite being criticized by my very own about the way I speak and present myself, and how because of that I am not afforded the opportunities that I should. And you know what I say to that? Good. Because if you didn't want me, I don't want to be there. Nowhere in the history of Negative did this woman here would change anything about herself to assimilate, fit in, or make you more comfortable. Especially when we're around the Wahite tribes, the Clears, the YTs. Why am I going to change who I am for you? Then I don't need to be there. I'm going to wear my natural hair. I'm going to wear my wigs. I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to wear my braids. And if I was into long nails and eyelashes, I would have those too, but I'm not. It's not for me. But if I was, then I was. And if that keeps me out of those spaces, then fine, because I'd rather be comfortable in my own skin than to be uncomfortable in somebody else's skin for a check. You see, a lot of the people who criticize who you are, take this lesson. Because if you're listening to me, you other like mine. And you're trying to unlearn the shit that we were told. Especially if you're a big fat black woman like myself. Let's unlearn some shit. Because it be your own that tries to keep you down and make you feel less than. Your source of income and your employment does not define who you are. No, it does not. It does not. Sorry, I don't have my anchor, so I'm propping it up. It does not define who you are. Let me explain. I was given the analogy, if you were making 6 figures to pick up shit, you wouldn't do it. You're too proud. The hell I am. The hell I am. 6 figures to walk around the block and pick up dog shit, and that's what I could get? And that's making more than what I currently have, and it comes with the benefits and the health insurance and all that? I'm out. I'm out. Me cleaning out porta potties does not define who I am. It's a source of employment. It's money. It's not who I am. Just like, okay, the brown people, and I'm saying the browns because it's not just the black. It's the Indians, it's the Caribbean blacks, it's the Africans or whatever. They put so much into what their children need to grow up to be. I want to support I Heart Abishola, the TV show, so much. I do, but I can't watch it. I know sorry guys, sorry. I know that the dynamic between Abishola and her son is accurate of the Nigerian community. Even the aunties, just listen to me. You don't gotta look because this might keep falling. Just listen to the sound of my nails on a chalkboard voice. I know that's how it is in the Nigerian community as far as the emphasis, importance, damn near bullying, abusiveness, mental degradation, all of that they put on education to their children. You have 3 options. I watched that comedian who spearheaded the show. I love her, Gina Yashere. I hope I'm saying that right. Doctor, lawyer, engineer. She's 100% right. Those are your 3 options. Doctor, lawyer, engineer. If you become a nurse, it's because you need money, but you must be going for your doctorate, eh? Okay, you are a nurse. You have a master's in nursing. You are head of the nursing department, but you are going to become an MD, eh? Yeah, you are going to become an MD, eh? Am I wrong? This is my son. He is a lawyer. You know how many Nigerian aunties try to hook me up with men in their family because I'm big yellow? Big and yellow. Wide hips. Okay? American. This is my son. This is my, it wasn't a son. I never got any sons. This is my nephew, Ojo. Ojo is in Nigeria. He is a lawyer. That's all I got. I don't know the man's age. I don't know what he likes. Nothing. This is her nephew. This is what he looks like. He's a lawyer. That's it. What? Oh, how old is he? Tutty. He's a lawyer. Hey, he's a lawyer. Good Christian man, lawyer. When you want to get married. That's it. Doctor, lawyer, engineer. That's it. So it's I know it is the accurate. I know that is their culture, but it's very hard for me. It was very, very, very hard for me to watch that because it was very hard for me to watch that because it was very hard. It was very hard for me to watch that. Because I know what that does when you grow up. I know what that does when you grow up. I know how you only find your worth. Ooh, that was a big one. Sorry. I know how you only start to equate your worth based on your W-2. And it's a sad place. Because what happens is you never find yourself, ever. You never figure out what you like. You never even dream of alternate forms of income that would more align with your personality, who you are, your strengths. Not everybody is lawyer, engineer, architect material. Sometimes you are mechanically inclined, right? You're good with your hands. You have an eye for things. You could see a wall, see a frame, put in the nail, eyeball it, and it's leveled perfectly. Sometimes you can bend a pipe to run a line without having to use, I don't know, it's not a ruler. It's a tool you use to figure out the angles. And you could take that raggedy construction pencil that's shaped like a square and quickly do the formula on the wall. And that's what you need to bend a pipe to. Or maybe you're not, maybe you have nothing of that, but you're pleasant, you got a strong back, you're trustworthy, you're dependable and reliable, and you're the school head custodian that gets there at 5:30 in the morning and turns on the boilers and makes sure everything is good and the school is ready. So when teachers start showing up at 7:30, that school is warm and ready to go. And when the kids see you, you're there to warm them with a wonderful smile, knowing that you take pride in that school. The floors are shiny, the garbage cans, the bathrooms are sterilized. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're Mr. Charles, custodian at the school. Maybe you were a great athlete all the way up to college. You finished college, but You just wasn't picked to go into the pros, right? You didn't get into the NFL. You didn't get into the NBA. You didn't get into the NHL, whatever. But you were a top athlete your whole career. And you got an education degree. And you became a high school coach. A high school basketball coach. In a predominantly minority neighborhood. And under your tenure, 10 players have had successful careers. I think it's more than 10. I don't want to out where I live. But there's this one coach in this high school who, in my area, who pushes out more NBA players than any school in the country. And what you think is the water? No. Maybe that's you. And because you were an athlete, because you had the passion and fervor, and your hobby has now turned into a career, you love it and you pour everything into it. Instead of being the doctor who doesn't really want to be a doctor, who really wants to be a comedian and invested all of their time, life, money, everything into becoming a doctor, just to give it up and become a comedian. And if you think I'm lying, the little Asian one that popped out with his dick out, doctor. Did y'all know that? Why? Because his father pushed him to be a doctor. He didn't want to be a doctor. He wanted to be a comedian. And when he became a doctor to appease his father, he gave it all up to be a comedian. And was on that show, Masked Singer. And that's a pretty decent career. And I'm back to iHeart Abishola. I'm back to that because we push our children, and I'm saying we because it's part of a community, not me, but I'm in proximity of people who are trying to force me into this thing I'm not going to do. Well, you could try all you want because that's just not me. I don't care if my kids work at McDonald's. I'm going to tell you what. They're going to own a McDonald's. They're going to start. Right now, I'm washing lettuce. Soon, I'm going to be on fries. 2-3 years from now, I'm being management. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. And me as their mama who love to open businesses that get defunct, I will help with that. Is it $1 million? Because it used to be $1 million. To franchise a McDonald's? It's probably more than that. And it will be Twins McDonald's LLC, her and her brother. Or him and her sister. And you know what? If they own the McDonald's, but they still feel a sense of disconnect because they like to engage with the customers, who am I to tell them that you can't work the register and own the McDonald's? Knowing my son, he will greet them, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, can I take your order? That's my son, Goofy, just like his mama. Why am I pushing doctor, lawyer, engineer on life forces that might not be that? And then I look at my kid's pediatrician, who definitely has a form of Asperger's. She has no social, she's not rude or anything. She's very to the point, very business. This is what you should do. Can't really look you in the face. Right? Great pediatrician. We can't have all the things, guys. We can't have all the things, man. It's either or. Spend some time with your children. This is my advice. You can do whatever you want to do. Your children. I'm going to tell you what I do for mine. What I'm going to do for mine. Find their talent. Find what they're good at. Ask them what they want to do. How do you want to sustain yourself? Right now it's, I don't want a job. I want to live with you. I get it. They're 5. And you know what? They ain't lying. Because being an adult is for the birds, honey. So find out what they want to do, what they like, and let's try to find a way to sustain yourself. And you know what, we don't talk about this being an option enough, that you don't have to work for anybody. You don't have to grow up and be an employee. You don't. That's just the most common way for us to gain employment, or I'm sorry, not gain employment, is to get a sense of income, is to be an employee. But you don't have to do that. And my door is going to be open to my children for me and my husband to invest in businesses if that's what they want to do. And that's why it's very hard for me to watch I Heart Abishola, because it bothers me. It bothers me, the dynamic between the mother and her son. And there are some nuances where, because the white husband can't check her, right, the way I think she should be checked. But at the same time, it's not his place, that's not his son. So the writers are doing everything they're supposed to do. Like, that's not his son to be checking his wife. You know what I mean? But he does throw out his little comments. Like, one of the clips that I saw was he got a 98 or a 96 in math. And everybody was so depressed. And the husband was like, but that's still an A. Congratulations, you get $5. And he was like, they were like, $5 for what? He was like, my mama gave me $5 for every A, $5 for an A. And you was like, you get rewarded for something you're supposed to do? And he was like, well, what? If y'all acting like this for a 96, what happens if he gets a B? And they were like, oh, we don't talk about that. It's like, I got a B. And he was like, I had the flu. And just the husband saying that, look, guys, it's still an A. That's his way of kind of like putting out the immediate reaction and fire of the situation. But it's very hard to watch because I think it's triggering. Just like I had a coworker. I was like, oh, did you see Tully? And she said, I can't because I had postpartum with my kids. So it's a movie about postpartum and the depression and the anxiety and hallucinations and stuff. And she said, I can't watch it because I have postpartum. Oh, I get it. I can't watch I Heart Abishola because I have those same childhood traumas. So anyway, congratulations to me. Thank you for all of y'all who gave me your YouTube virtual thoughts and prayers and just took a second out your day and put positive juju energy out into the universe or whatever you do. It worked, guys. I'm in there like swim there. Peace out.